Welcome to Will It Build, the series where I take your builds from my YouTube comments and Discord server and put them to the test to see if they are the real deal. If it's solid, then I'll gift you 1,000 silver, and if it's really something special, you'll be featured in a dedicated build video for your submitted build. So comment yours below so we can answer the question, will it build? Will it build? Episode 26. Today is a very interesting episode because we don't necessarily have a build submitted by someone through the Will It Build channel like we typically do. Today, we're doing a Will It Build with a build that I am putting together. I'm recording this in advance a little bit, obviously, but the new exotic mission just came out and we just got the brand new Wishkeeper bow. So I wanted to try and put something together on the fly that I think would work really, really well with this bow. So you folks who are going out and doing the exotic mission and acquiring it can go ahead and have something nice, right, and ready to go. Since we're not doing a 1,000 silver giveaway, since no one actually submitted this, what I will do instead is, instead of doing one emblem giveaway like I normally do in these, I will do 2 emblem giveaways. All you have to do to enter to win the emblem is be subscribed to the channel, like the video, and comment down below what you want for Christmas. Christmas is coming up. Maybe you want the brand new bow. I don't know. Just let me know down in the comments. I'll pick 2 of y'all. You'll win the emblems, and I'll make sure to get them sent over to you. As far as the build goes that I'm putting together, the new bow, for those who don't know what it does, grants stacks of Snare Weaver on precision hits and final blows that build energy towards Snare Weaver arrow that can be fired from the hip. On impact, a Snare Weaver arrow creates a pattern of traps that will suspend any targets that walk into it. For those who don't know, we were testing it earlier, and once you get it up to 6 stacks, so it's either 6 precision hits, 6 final blows, or a combination of any of those, you get to hip fire that Snare Weaver arrow. Additionally, Silkbound Slayer, another exotic trait of this weapon, says that this weapon deals bonus damage to suspended targets, and that's any suspended targets as well. So you'll see gain faster draw time for a short duration when you suspend a target from any source or damage a suspended target with this weapon. So it's not just suspended targets from the bow, it's any suspended target in the entire game. So we are, of course, going to want to do a suspend-based build. I love using bows on Hunter. I'll show you why I love using them on Hunter the most in a little bit. First, let's get through our aspects and fragments. Obviously, we only have one option when it comes to a lot of these things, but we're obviously going to want to go these suspend grenade, the shackle grenade, so we have another way to suspend enemies, and I'm going to keep Widow Silk in my aspects, so we have an additional grenade charge, so we have 2 shackle grenades. I'm also going to swap my other aspect slot to Ensnaring Slam so that we can activate our air move to consume class ability energy to dive to the ground, suspending everything nearby. So now we have 2 different ways to suspend targets, 3 actually if you incorporate the bow as well. And like I said, this build is all about having everything suspended and shooting at suspended enemies, so I'm loving where we're going with that so far. I'm also thinking Threat of Generation is going to be perfect here. Dealing damage grants grenade energy, so we're going to have our shackle grenades up a little more frequently. I'm also thinking we're probably going to want to throw on the Threat of Continuity so that suspend has increased duration. I like Threat of Warding. Woven Mail is always awesome, so we'll stick with that. Picking up an Orb of Power grants Woven Mail. And then for our final one, activating your grenade ability reloads your equipped weapon and grants bonus handling. I'm not loving this too much. I'm thinking instead, let's go with Threat of Mind so that when we defeat suspended targets, we get class ability energy so that can play more into our Ensnaring Slam. I think as far as our exotics go and our loadout, I'm going with the 6th Coyote so that we gain a 2nd dodge charge, which translates into a 2nd Ensnaring Slam charge. So now we have 2 slams to suspend targets, 2 suspend grenades to suspend targets, and of course our bow, which can suspend targets. As far as mods go, I'm thinking our setup is going to want to be around getting some heavy ammo. We'll probably want a harmonic siphon since the bow is strand and we're on a strand subclass. We're going to be killing mostly everything with our bow. I can't recall, does Dynamo proc if you do the Ensnaring Slam? That'll be interesting to look into. I kind of want to compare the differences. If not, we would maybe go something like double heavy ammo finder, maybe we go double harmonic siphon, but I want to try to see if Dynamo works if we proc that. As far as our gloves go, I'm thinking we do something like impact induction so that when we cause damage with the powered melee, we get some of our grenade back. That'll help us get our shackle grenades a little bit more quickly. I'm thinking we stick with the harmonic loader so we can fire the bow a little bit faster. And then right here, I think maybe we should go something like bolstering detonation so that we get class ability energy when we cause damage with a grenade. The shackle grenades do deal damage, even though their primary purpose is to suspend targets. They still deal damage, helps us get even more class ability energy so we can be using our Ensnaring Slam as much as possible. Over here on the chest, I'm thinking we rock and roll with probably just a couple resistance mods. We'll do one of each element, solar, void, arc. Down on the boots, I think I want to invest into some strand weapon surges so that we can be having a little bit of extra damage in the strand department. And then I'll throw on a resilience mod here to get a little bit more resilience. If you are able to do a 3-slot mod right here, or a 3 energy mod here, my bad, you could then do innervation here as well. I think would feel pretty nice. And then down on the cloak, we'll stick with Reaper because I know that they did change Ensnaring Slam so that it does in fact work with Reaper now. I like keeping the time dilation so that we can go ahead and have longer strand weapon surges. And then powerful attraction, similar to Dynamo. I'm not 100% sure if that procs when you use Ensnaring Slam, so we'll test that out and see if that actually does indeed work. Got 10 resilience and 10 discipline. As far as our weapon goes, we're obviously going with the Wishkeeper, the brand new bow. I'm just throwing in a disorienting grenade launcher in my special slot and then a decent rocket in my heavy slot. I've got Enzo and Serp Fire. Sorry, I apologize. I'm going to say I've got Enzo and Serp Fire coming in from the live stream. If you guys want to see these live, twitch.tv/Mactics, have a chance to hop in and run these with us so you can be a part of the videos. All right, I like the look of the new exotic bow already. I mean, aesthetically, a bunch of green strings, very strandy if you're looking for like a strand look to your Guardian. And so immediately, you'll notice that I killed that enemy and killed him with a precision hit. So precision hits give a stack towards Snare Weaver, and final blows give a stack towards Snare Weaver. But if you get a precision hit that is a final blow, you'll get 2 stacks, which is pretty cool. I want to see, can we scavenge this orb with powerful attraction if we dive right here? And it was kind of janky because I got detained while I was doing it, but as you can see, I am armor charged. So I believe the answer is yes. But let's just double check to make sure. Okay, so let's try here. Let's go ahead and get a double kill real quick. Okay, he made an orb, so we have no stacks of armor charge right now. Okay, so powerful attraction 100% works with Ensnaring Slam, which is good to know. Oh, I had the Snare Weaver arrow ready and I tried to hip fire to break the glass thing, but instead it just made the Snare Weaver suspend field, which, by the way, don't worry, it is not that tiny. It's just because I shot it on top of the jar. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead. Let's start suspending some stuff. I also want to make sure, does this work with Reaper? So if I suspend these guys, I use my class ability and then get a kill. Yes, I do generate an orb off of 1 kill, so it does work with Reaper as well, which I'm assuming if it works with that and Reaper, I'm assuming it works with Dynamo also, so probably worth keeping. Okay, let's get our Snare Weaver going. And we can also suspend other enemies. Remember, if we deal damage to suspended targets, the firing speed of our bow increases. And it's a pretty significant increase. I definitely feel it. And then we can throw a Snare Weaver arrow and go ahead and suspend everything that walks into our little strand web field. Just precision hits and final blows. Because if it was only final blows, I think this would feel really rough in endgame content. But the fact that you can just shoot a tanky enemy and it's crit spot a couple of times and it gives you the strand arrow, it's, oh my god. Someone in my live chat just said it's Stranarchy, which is super funny. Okay, so everything is suspended. And since we're shooting suspended targets, our bow goes ahead and ramps up its firing speed. Everything is out of suspension, so we can just throw another suspend grenade. And then we have our arrow ready again. Yeah, so the damage of the bow, I would say, isn't anything to write home about. So the idea is you suspend something with your grenade, hit their crit 3 times, suspend them again with either a second grenade or a dive, hit the crit another 3 times, then your Snare Weaver arrow is ready. Then you can shoot the arrow, suspend them again, another 3 crits, throw a grenade, another 3 crits, but like nothing can ever touch you. Boom, Snare Weaver, everything's up. This is, okay. I'm always kind of nervous when Bungie does like a new exotic quest or puts out a new exotic weapon, because I feel like 75% of the time, they're kind of mediocre. This one feels really good, and I feel like it's genuinely viable in like endgame content, which is always very exciting for me. You got stuff like Heart Shadow, same situation. I'm not saying they're bad weapons necessarily, but like they're definitely not in the meta conversation at all. This is a bow that I could see being in the meta conversation. I love that you can just booby trap stuff. Because like the enemy doesn't even have to be there when you shoot the trap field initially. I also want to note as well that I don't, you know, eventually we'll be able to get additional perks on this bow. I'm currently using the base version of this bow. The unfortunate part of this bow is it is time gated to unlock the additional perks from the catalyst. But later in the video, I'll show you guys some of the other perks that you can get once the catalyst and intrinsic upgrades start to become available. Okay, so we can, like I said, just get precision hits on this boss. Oh, got a bunch of supplicants chasing us. It's okay. Just put the Strand Weaver Orb down. Strand Weaver Orb. Strand Weaver Arrow. Blasting down this boss. Let's go ahead and get Snare Weaver back up. Throw it down. And then anything that runs at me just gets trapped in my Snare Weaver. I'm completely safe behind it. This is awesome so far. I don't know who at Bungie made this bow, but we need to get them to make more exotic weapons. This is cool. Yes, for those who do not know how to get the bow, by the way, all you have to do is take a look at your seasonal quest progression. If you come over here, wishing all the best, once you get to step 29 is to do the exotic mission to get the bow. All you have to do is come into the helm and it'll be right here. If you don't have a team to do this mission with, you have two options. One, you can join my Discord server linked in the description. There's an LFG channel in there where you can find some teammates to run this mission with. I'm probably going to be doing some carries through this mission because it's not super difficult, but I definitely wouldn't say it's super easy. So hop into my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Mactics, and maybe you can just come and run it with me. We'll get you the bow nice and easy. This is going to be a great situation to use the bow in because the enemy spawns here are telegraphed. Oh, what's the matter? So damaging or suspending an enemy in terms of increasing the bow firing speed, it feels akin to Archer's tempo. Just to give a comparison. You get the Snare Weaver arrow up so much. I mean, it feels like every third arrow you're able to get off a Snare Weaver if you're consistently killing enemies and hitting crits, which is not hard because everything's suspended. It's not very hard to hit. But we can suspend so much stuff here, so like we can do that, and then we can dive on these guys, turn around, throw another grenade. Like, every single thing is just tangled up in the air. And then we can throw this suspension field out. All these phalanxes get stuck. Do need to get our Snare Weaver arrow back though, so let's start getting some kills, get some precision hits. And I want to go ahead, I want to suspend this pack of enemies right here. So we'll put the minefield down. Makes it really easy to get crit kills on these dudes, so I can get another Snare Weaver arrow. Woo. And yep, there's not much you can do about that. And then you can sit here and get precision hits to get another Snare Weaver arrow ready. And even if we don't have one available right now, it's fun. I just noticed, it's kind of funny, if you use it on one enemy, even if they come down, if they move whatsoever after they come down, they just trip another strand wire and get suspended again anyway. So the very same Snare Weaver arrow can suspend the same enemy like multiple times. Okay, so let's get a suspend grenade down here, because we don't have our Snare Weaver arrow ready yet. But now that we do, we can go ahead and shoot at these guys. Funny enough, oh my god, that's hilarious. Where I just shot it is exactly where they showcased it being used in the seasonal trailer. Okay, so let's start off with a little bit of this. Get our Snare Weaver up. One more precision hit. Perfect. Go ahead and suspend that Ward Weaver. And then see, everything that spawned in just ran right into my strand cage. And I can suspend all these things. Get another Snare Weaver, shoot it over there at that wizard. This wizard came out of suspension, so we'll just go ahead and dive to suspend him again. Oh, while that's going on, Sky Everett's cheering 1,000 bits over on the live Twitch stream. Appreciate that, Sky Everett. Oh, you're out of suspension. Whoa. Okay, that was weird. I think I dove into the stasis puddle, and the slow stacks took me out of my dive. Get some super damage. Super damage is of Silk Strike is not half bad. I remember back when it first got released, I think it was bugged and it was doing like the highest damage in the entire game. But even with it in normal form, it's still pretty decent. Okay, let's get a suspension on this guy. Easy enough. Suspending enemies just makes it so easy to blow them up for some of these scions to get final blows on. Suspend is just so good. I know it got nerfed, but it's still absolutely amazing. Couple more arrows, and that should do the trick. Alright, we're gonna mosey on over here, take out some enemies. Well, Ghost drops 10 gifted subs in the stream in the middle of the build video. Appreciate it, Ghost. Got our Snare Weaver ready. Go ahead and bottle up that glass collector. He's not going anywhere. We'll hop over here, try and get another Snare Weaver arrow. Even if we can't, though, chuck a quick little suspension grenade. You guys can't do anything anyway. And I'll do the trick. Oh, perfect. It's gonna be a beauty. Oh, it'll be a beauty if I can land my shots. Boom. Get our little web down. And then I can actually run over here. Oh, perfect. Strand is so good. And that's a mini boss, so I can suspend him. So if I shoot that guy, I have 2 Snare Reaper stacks. Put away the bow. Pull it back up. No, okay, I still have 2. So perfect. That one of the biggest things I was worried about while I was thinking for a second is, oh, it would really suck if you lose all your Snare Reaper stacks whenever you switch to a different weapon. That would make it a real pain to use like a blinding GL or something like that. But nope, you keep all of your stacks no matter what. My aim is atrocious right now. Try and get some crits. We'll go ahead and dive in, suspend all these guys, even though they're immune from the totem. Trying to get a precision hit or a final blow. Boom, now we put down the web. These guys are going to get popcorned right back up. That is a boss enemy, so I can't suspend him, but I have a super for him. And he is dead. Do you think it would be better to go for pure suspend or include Whirling Maelstrom? I think it depends on your objectives. Is your objective to make sure that no enemy in the game can ever do anything and because they're just permanently suspended, or is your objective to sacrifice a little bit of that for extra damage? If your objective is to sacrifice a little bit of it for extra damage, then I think you could totally swap out Ensnaring Slam for Whirling Maelstroms. That might be something to look at down the line. See, dude, I love this. They try to walk forward and they just walk right into another tripwire. See, because like, look, I've had these guys sitting around for forever. They can't do anything. I have so many different ways to just keep them stuck in the air. Another thing I'm noticing too is if you're doing DPS, you can shoot a web at your feet, and then any enemies that run up to and get close to you, they just automatically get thrown up in the air. So you can use it in like a defensive manner as well. Whack this guy with our Silk Strike. And then we'll use, fun fact, when you're in the Silk Strike Super, your grenade automatically gets changed to grapple. So you can grapple right on out of there. I see a bunch of Scorn dudes over here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a web down. They're probably all going to walk into it. Yep. And now I have another one available. Shoot the second one down. I don't know. Why not? I can also just do this, I suppose. Boom. Now I have a Snare Weaver arrow available. I actually just, can I hit this? Oh, I'm low on health. I'm real low on health. Oh, no! I'm just gonna stand here. In the meantime, of course, I have our grenades. Opens up the crit spot, nice and easy. Sweet. Let's throw our web right down there. Start suspending up everything. That is a very rare thing that happens. As the second rarest thing that happens in the stream. You're one for 6 months in advance. Appreciate it, dude. And 25% off of all 6 of those months. Appreciate the support. Thank you, Nosboy. Whoa. Okay, let's emergency super. Panic super. Swing around. Swing around again. Okay, that kind of works. Never mind, I still died. Yeah, the damage on the bow is not particularly spectacular, but I don't think this is a build that's about damage. I think it's a build that's about making all of the enemies that you fight against deal 0 damage. Because they can't shoot at you. I just got outplayed by that wyvern. He, like, animation canceled the suspend in his wyvern dive. I don't even know. Be a good time for a snare weaver arrow, but I can't hit my crits. There we go. Shoot it right out there. Perfect. And then we have a shackle grenade as well to get all those dudes over there. Yeah, in higher tiers of content, the damage of the bow definitely needs a little help. I think you'd probably want to run like a machine gun for your heavy weapons. So the idea is that you'll use the bow to suspend everything. And then once it's suspended, you can pull out the machine gun and just wipe tank your targets off the face of the earth. Whatever. These guys. Oh, the wyvern is the final boss? Use that as a mobility tool. See, my problem here is in the highest wave of this activity, the bow's damage is not very good. Okay, boss's shield is basically down. There we go. Proc our bait and switch. Get a couple rockets into the boss. Get that down. Yep. Give him a few whacks. Let's go ahead and sling over here before the detain hits, so I can safely get myself out without getting destroyed by the boss. And we have a new snare weaver arrow, so I can put that down so the supplicants can push me. Looks like they don't want to anyway. And he's gone. That's all she wrote. So, will it build as like an all-around build for your general, you know, run-of-the-mill everyday content? Absolutely, yes. But for endgame content, definitely be aware that this build is definitely geared much more for more so like support and crowd control, as opposed to being geared for something like high amounts of damage and more endgame content like grandmasters and things of that nature. So it'll definitely work out. I didn't really change much. This is the weapon setup I stuck with. I stuck with this class setup. Like I said, you could maybe swap the ensnaring slam for whirling maelstrom if you really wanted to, if you're willing to give up some of that crowd control, get a little bit more damage. Either way, up to you. These are the mods that I stuck with. I think it's pretty solid. I think there's a couple other variations that might be able to work a little bit better, but like I said, wanted to put something out, a little something for you guys to use with the brand new bow, so you could put a build around it. Wanted to get it out ASAP. If you want your build reviewed in one of these Will It Build videos in the future, please be sure to leave your build in the Will It Build section of my Discord server, linked in the description below. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.